a meditation, guided meditation with a CD. And it's a great book to just say, Spirit, what do you have for me? And I'll open it, and there will be the perfect solution for a client that I need to speak to or something I'm working through. It'll be like, boom, here you go. So this is the one I opened right before the show. I was like, Source, what do you have for them? So listen, maybe close your eyes and really listen to these words and feel what they feel like to you vibrationally. Really let them settle in.
Yeah.
Sometimes others believe that their happiness depends upon your response to them. But this is never true. And if you encourage them to believe that and stand on your head to please them, you don't help them or you. I think that's kind of helping answer Kathy's question in particular. When others are pleased by your behavior, it often feels very good to you. It is always nice to see others when they are feeling good. And it feels good to know that you had something to do with their feeling good. But if any of them come to rely on your behavior for their good feeling, then both you and they are at a great disadvantage. Suffering. If you make your relationship with your inner being, your alignment with Source, your top priority, and you deliberately choose thoughts that allow your alignment, you will consistently offer the greatest advantage to the others with whom you interact. Only when you are aligned with your Source do you have anything to offer another. So really let that settle in. If your behavior is influenced by your desire to keep another person happy, you will lose your connection to your Source. And it will not be possible for you to be happy unless you are in alignment with your Source. Without that alignment, you have nothing to offer another. So really think about that as parents, as a mother. Yes. You're that good mother, but you're not happy and you're not living your dream. But I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it for the kids. Or I'm in this terrible marriage, but I got to stay for the children. It's actually the worst thing you could be doing. The best thing you could be doing is honoring your own Source and alignment, and that is the best way you will interact with others. So we humans, I just feel we have it all backwards, and it's time to kind of flip the coin and get into alignment. Our daily meditation process will help you to consistently release resistance and to come into alignment with the power and clarity and love that is really who you are. And then anyone who you hold as your object of attention will benefit. Others will notice the consistent happiness that you are experiencing, and they can benefit from the power of your example. Yes. So this is where I talk about when you're in alignment, you are an inspiration for that alignment. When I'm feeling good and I'm grateful and I'm shouting it off the mountaintops and everyone on Facebook, like all my friends laugh when they meet my beloved Ron. Like I just had a friend met him yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah. And she was just like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I feel like I already know you. She's like, I mean, it's hard to tell if Tanya loves you, though. And it's just kind of funny because I'm always talking about how grateful I am and how, much love I have for the ones I love and all the appreciation. And this is not just because, I just need others to hear it because I want them to think good things. This is my gratitude. It's shared out to the universe because I've learned the power of it. And it also is an inspiration for them. And I know that my just holding it quietly inside doesn't really help with anything. So if I'm out loud and living it up and expressing it with joy, I can enjoy that vibration of that. And then others can be inspired by that as well. So I feel like that's what it's saying here, is just to really focus on your own alignment. And you're going to be a light for others without even trying. As you let them know that your happiness is dependent only upon your ability to focus yourself into alignment with who you really are, you can assist them in discovering the same freedom for themselves. Oh, yes. So really think about that. We don't want to teach codependency. We want to liberate and encourage inspiration and aligned living through our aligned example. Rather than attempting the impossible task of trying to behave in ways that please others, none of you guys do that, though. I'm sure none of you watching have ever wasted your time trying to please others, right? Nah. Show them with the ease of finding your consistent alignment. You will always find happiness inside your vortex. And the happiness that they are seeking is inside of their vortex. So I hope that kind of helps you with the way the book describes. And like I said, if you want a great book to have near your bedside, just for days when maybe you're just feeling a little off, you're feeling a little distracted, you know, you were doing really good, and then someone said some hurtful things. It happens. We're human. The key is to get right back into your alignment as soon as possible and not to dwell on the negativity. If you need to go vent it out for a minute and just say, ugh, like I'll say to my beloved, I'm having a human moment, and I'll just vent for like a couple minutes and express how angry that made me. And then, okay, I just release that energy. And then I'll quickly come into, okay, but I'm so grateful for da-da-da-da-da, and I'll start listing. And I'm not going to even underestimate the power of that, because we don't want to lose our vibrational energy that we're building up. So every day you're having gratitude, you're building energy, you're building energy. And so as we're building that frequency and we're in a high vibration, we could just have some little situation come and just hit us. We fall down, lower vibration, but we're in charge of how quickly we rise. Sure. So if something knocked you down, don't stare and talk about it too long. Give it some, you know, your awareness of what was that about? What do I, you know, feel about that? Okay, lesson learned. I'm getting away from that. And I'm back in what I'm grateful for land. And that's going to shift you to that high frequency again. So really realize you are the only one that holds the magical wand of your joy. No one else on the planet is here to make you happy. No one. And when we get that, we will realize we just need to be happy, choose happiness. Yeah. And when you're happy, you're in a place of ease. When you're in a place of ease, everything you want, dream, and desire comes in easily and joyously. So it's very simple. It's, you know, it sounds so simple that I think it's why people don't believe it, because they think it's got to be complicated. But really, it's very simple. So keep it simple, guys. And this week, I encourage you to all look for what you're grateful for. When you wake up, give gratitude for your day. Give gratitude for your breath. Thank Source for healing through you, teaching through you, inspiring through you. And just visualize what it is you're ready to enjoy. Maybe you want a new puppy, or maybe you want to go on a bike ride, or you'd like to travel across the seas on a cruise. Whatever it is you want, there's some part of you that desires it and feels that if you had that, it would feel fun. So focus in your imagination on those things and hold your focal point there long enough for them to come to you. It's just you humans struggle to keep your focus long. You hold it there and then you're over here talking about the lack again. So keep your focal point on what you desire, like a tightrope walker. Keep your focus on your destination clearly and consciously. And as little glimmers of what you're desiring are coming in, journal those to make notes to realize, whoa, like there's proof of what I'm focused on. It's getting closer. And just be at ease with it all. Don't be too freaked out. If you're wanting $5,000 in your bank account and you only have 50, don't be looking at it every day and freaking out, because then you're vibrationally creating resistance. Know that you have 50, but that's your so-called reality for the moment. And then focus on the 5,000. Just see the 5,000. Call it in. Keep focusing on it. Focusing on it. And as it starts coming in, give gratitude for it. And at the end of your day, if you can get in the habit of just thinking of the top 10 things you're grateful for right before sleeping, maybe write them in a journal. It is an amazing way to end your day, because you'll see how efficient and how productive you've actually been. We are great at writing to-do lists, because the egos always tell us we got to do something, but we struggle to see how much we've really accomplished. So maybe shifting that behavior, and at the end of the day, putting your top 10 things you're grateful for and what all you did enjoy that day will really put you in a place of a higher vibration. And you just watch the magical shifts that you will experience. And I would love to hear from you. Any of you that don't want to be shy, call in or write in next week on Monday and let me know, you know, what you're noticing. Let me know the shifts you're experiencing, because it's all available for you. Thank you so much.
Good message. Wait a second. I didn't want to bother you, but there's another question here.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
We'll go a few minutes over time.
Okay.
What is behind fierce overprotection of your child?
What's behind that?
Yeah.
Well, typically, someone who's fiercely overprotective has a lot of fear inside of themselves. Either they have fear because they were neglected growing up, and so they are afraid of that for their children. And sometimes that fear, what it is they have the fear in themselves, and then they're projecting it on that child. When we can release and relax on that, we can educate our children and raise them with awareness and alignment. And that's the best tool we can teach them. Like, if you teach your child to live in alignment, you teach them, you know what, honey, if something doesn't feel good, you get away. If somebody doesn't feel right, you don't have to hang out with them. That's alignment. Like, you teach them to feel their world and to trust and discern what feels right. And when something doesn't feel vibrationally right, they've been now educated to move away from it and know they're not going to get in trouble. We as adults, from what I've observed, I don't teach this myself, but I've watched so many parents do it the opposite way. And it's no wonder to me that we have so much child molestation and things like that on our planet, because so many parents will meet some stranger and they'll come up to hug a child, and the child's kind of pulling away and hugging mom's leg. And the mom's like, no, honey, go be nice to the nice man. Like, go give him a hug. And that's the worst thing you could teach that child. So it's so important that we really learn to educate and teach alignment. That mother probably has woundedness in herself of honoring boundaries, healthy boundaries. And a lot of us, if we were abused, we have to do our healing work to heal our boundary issues. Because if you've been abused, you were not taught boundaries. You do not know you have a right to them. So that's a lot of my clients, that's where they are. And they have to learn that, yes, they have a right to that boundary. So a parent that's overly protective often has been through things and was neglected and has not healed those wounds. Or sometimes I've noticed parents that are overly protective and very judgmental about things is because they were the worst kids. Like, they were the kids out doing drugs and partying and doing all the crazy stuff. And so their nightmare is that their children are going to do the same thing. And so sometimes those parents really project a sense of over control, like, I need to control you. And it's because they themselves are out of control. So often when there's fear at work, we are projecting. So if someone's in alignment, they're not projecting, they're at ease, like calm and assertive. An alpha leader is calm and assertive. Yes. There's a calmness, there's a presence. Someone who's not in their power and presence, that's out of alignment, is going to be in fear. So no matter, you can feel fear. It's paranoia, it's anger, it's aggression, it's jealousy. Fear comes in all different energies, all different outfits, but at the essence, at the core, it's fear. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
Awesome. So is that good? Anybody else writing in?
No, that's it. Now you can end the show.
Okay. Well, all of you, I hope that was really empowering and helped you, because each of you, if you get that you are whole and you don't need to seek anything externally, it will amazingly shift your relationships. The relationship you have with yourself, most important one. So maybe start looking in the mirror each day and really look into your own eyes and tell yourself how much you love yourself, how much that, how amazing you are, things that sometimes we're needing to hear from others. And even when we hear them from others, they don't matter if we're not believing it in ourselves. So start to have this very beautiful, intimate relationship with yourself and watch how that shifts everything. Stop looking out at the world of what do I need to do to please all these people and what do I need to be so they like me, and flip that coin to what do I feel about these people? What do I feel about? Do I like this person? Do I like this situation? That is alignment, because now you're moving with awareness. You are actually looking through the eyes of awareness of what you love. That's alignment. And the rest of the ways we've been taught, totally backwards, and it will never bring you joy. So I hope that helps. Look at what you're grateful for this week and write to me. Write me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube under Tanya Angel, and contact me for a healing session. I would love to assist you. Thank you so much, guys. Namaste. Bye.